Hey Rangers, today we're going to be talking about the anime film, or anime films, Beyond the Bundery. I'll be here in the past and future arc. Now I've got to admit, when I first saw this anime, or when I started reading it, I wasn't too sure on what I was expecting. I kind of thought it was going to be maybe like a mini-series, but I kind of thought I'd give it a go, and I'm kind of glad that I did, and it's something that kind of shocked me, and kind of disappointed me at the same time. But I generally really enjoyed this. So what do you get on the Blu-ray? You get quite a few little things, but let's talk about the runtime. First of all, the past is 1 hour and 23 minutes, and the future is 1 hour and 31 minutes. Now you get multiple different things kind of on the special features, which some were good and some were kind of yeah. So for the special features, you get the Japanese trailer, Japanese promo, future star dance video, dance music video with clean closing, and then also available from the respected distributors. Now I really liked the dance video, and it was something that I could really get into, and I liked listening to it. And it was nice seeing it was like a proper actual music video, not something kind of just boom. So it's setting up and such, and I found that really interesting, and I've listened to it quite a few times. I just really like the soundtrack. Okay, so let's talk about the actual film itself. The past is the first one. This is the one that I started off because I didn't know if I should start off with the future, but the past is the way to go, and that's the one that you should always check out first. Now it follows kind of two characters, Akito and Mari. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to get the names all the way through this quite right. Akito is half human and half Yomo, I think I got that right. Basically, he can't die. That's it. He is immortal because of this thing inside him. That if he's pushed to the limit, if he's stressed out, he then turns into a monster that can just nothing really happens to him. He just destroys things quite a lot. And it's kind of what's inside is this is referred to all the time as Beyond the Bundery, but it sounds like Beyond the Boundary every single time that they say it. And Mari, I'm gonna call her Mer, and Mer is a descendant of a cursed bloodline, and she can control her blood, turn it into swords, into a little bit of a weapon, and this kind of large spike thing that comes from the sword, which I thought's really cool. I've not really seen that many stuff in used in animes like that. If you do know, let me know down below in the comment. Now in the past arc there's a lot of action. It's pretty much off the bat there's action, there's a lot of stuff. You get little bits of story, and then it goes straight into Mer killing Akito constantly every single day. And Akito has this sort of kind of glasses fetish, so that's how he notices it. And then Mer turns around and says hey, I'm going to jump off this the school, so you gotta come and get me. And that's when they start fighting, and as Mari is killing Akito constantly, she kind of forms a love connection with him, and I kind of really like that. She refers to Akito as senpai all the time, and doesn't really use his name much, but it's always senpai, are you okay? Senpai, I like this. So when they're forming the bonds and becoming friends, and then kind of lovers, girlfriend, boyfriend, she eats all his food, and they're just kind of really connecting and bonding, and I kind of really like this. It was nice seeing this sort of connection go all the way through. Mari in the end defeats what this monster is inside him, Beyond the Bundery. It's, like I said, it's pretty much mentioned in every scene. It's just a lot of times to mention the same thing, and you're yeah, I get it, could you not refer to it? But the other characters that are in it, they're not kind of really rememberable. You have the generic one of oh, if you look at me in any sort of way, I'm going to kill you. If you make any sort of comment, I'm going to kill you. I get kind of really frustrated when I see this all the time. I'm kind of thinking, come on, don't be that character. At the end of the day, if he's not interested or he's not doing anything, he doesn't care. He doesn't care whatsoever, but it kind of irritates me. Now you have kind of a brother-sister dynamic, and this team that they've got together, it stops a lot of the Bundery that's inside Akito. So when he kind of goes into his oh, you can't kill me, but I'm really weak, I'm going to destroy everything mode, it's really nice seeing these sort of effects that they put up, with just force fields and magic and talismans, and I kind of really like that in this one. Now I don't want to give too much away, so this is kind of a brief review, but when it comes to the end of the anime, there's a lot of fighting, and it's not to the point where we see in some animes where it's oh no, I can't fight this monster because yeah, you'll get hurt and I can't do it. It's like, I'm gonna kill everything. I'm gonna go against everything right now. And I generally thought that was cool. And I wasn't kind of expecting it, because I did think I would hear the, I can't do this because I love you, you can't get hurt. Or the guy, or Aikido going, no, stand back, I will defeat you all. No. It's actually generally awesome. Aikido also lets out all his emotions, and I think this is awesome because it puts more into the anime to make me like it that way, because it wasn't just generic where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it was raw passion, and this was awesome. He let his emotions out, and it gets to the point where you watch the ending, I'm not going to spoil that part, where you just think, oh wow, you know, it really stands out and it really catches you and says, look, I'm a good anime. Just watch it. Now, also at the very end, you have to stay until you watch the credits, because like Marvel, they do the same thing, is there is something to watch at the end. It was such a big plot twist that it made me want to watch the future arc really quickly and not kind of like stop. But I will say I didn't like the future arc that much. So let's talk about it. Without kind of really spoiling it, it's really kind of hard. But it feels like the future was repeating some of the past, and some of the things when they didn't meet, when Mari and Aikido didn't meet. And there's at one point in when this girl is taking Mari away to different parts of like the different clubs, and she's like, oh, I kind of really want to go with Aikido, he's kind of really cool. And then this friend just blurts out, no, just don't do it. But it's very kind of blunt and very kind of emotionless, and I was like, oh, it's a little bit funny. It's just, I think it was just the timing of it. When you see certain parts of Aikido, you can see that his heart is breaking. He wants Mari back, but no, there's something that is preventing it, and he is breaking inside. And it's really nice because when he runs away and she follows him, he's like hiding behind corners and he's crying. He's really hurting, and it shows that I connected to him really quickly. And for something like that to happen, it normally takes me a while, but I could feel for him. Now, unlike the past, the future really doesn't have that many fighting scenes or action scenes, and it's more talking, and I got kind of bored with this. Now, I can understand talking is very important, but it felt like the talking scenes were dragged out way too much. And when it came to the action compared to the past, there was nothing there. I kind of thought, oh, right, okay, cool, you know, can you show me something? Can you actually make me want to continue watching? Otherwise, I'm going to turn it off. And I think I got into like 26 minutes before the action actually started happening, and it was over so quickly, I was like, oh, I hope this isn't going to be a reoccurring thing all the way through. Now, as I mentioned before, the characters seem like they're trying to get to know each other again, so it is repeating the same thing over again. And the only part for when it actually gets interesting is when Mari is taken over by the darkness. Apparently there's this thing, like this seal thing that goes inside them all, and it turns her evil. And I really like the fact that she has like black hair. It just kind of, when going evil, I thought, oh god, it's gonna be like Super Saiyan hair or something, or she's just gonna be evil. But no, it turns her pink hair black, and it really suits her. And she goes after everybody and just doesn't like care. She really goes for it, which I kind of thought is awesome, because I thought at the very beginning it's gonna be over really quickly, like, oh, I'm taken over by darkness, oh, I'm cured. But no, this fight carries on all the way through, and she just lets loose, and it's like, oh, thank you. Action. And this is also refreshing to see the main good character turn evil and not be turned back until much later on. Now, when Mari is attacking, there's a lot of passion in this. It's just not a yeah, it's like a ah. And when she attacks, when she slices, when she goes for everything, even hurting her friends, there is, you can see it in the way that she stands, the way that she moves, and in her voice as well. And I was just like, you've really captured this really well, and you've caught my attention perfectly. You are doing justice to this anime. This anime gave me goosebumps at times. And I really want to talk more, but I want you to experience this yourself. So this is why I've cut out quite a lot of talking on what's happening. The ending was different to what it normally would be, and it was very colourful. They've pretty much revved up all the colours to make it actually look decent and to make it feel warm as well. And this, I liked. This just worked for me. Now, it does have kind of a plot twist as well at the end, and it makes you go, ooh, didn't see that one coming. But it also has the very classic anime, when all the action's done, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a clip of what all the characters are doing. It's classic anime. Classic anime ending. Now, my final thoughts on this one. I'm glad they kind of introduced the first part so you could understand it. The way that I read it from the press release was like this was like kind of a recap of everything that's previously happened. And I'm really glad that if it was, I'm really glad that they put it in there because I would not have understood anything that was happening in the second part. Now, I prefer the past because it felt like there was more action, there was more love, the way that Mari was protecting her senpai. I generally like that. But the second one didn't really kind of do it for me, and I was like, oh. But the first one, the past, perfect. The animation was drawn really well. It had the light elements, it had the dark elements, and when it came to the action, it was drawn really well, I'm not gonna lie. It just felt like they've taken their time on this one, and they're really making it. Now, I'd like to see it probably turned into a series. I possibly would follow it, but there are times, like if it's all just about talking, I don't think I would enjoy it that much, but the action scenes, I really enjoyed. I highly recommend this anime to everyone. Now, again, it wasn't my kind of cup of tea at first, but I really got into it and it felt like I could really connect to the characters quite quickly rather than being kind of drawn out to the very end. So yes, I highly recommend this one. On Blu-ray, it looks absolutely beautiful. And I really do kind of hope the series comes out, or at least some more films later on. I would definitely invest my time and money into this because I really enjoyed it. And add to kind of closing this all up, the music video, I really thought it was fun. I enjoyed it and it gave me so many ideas if I want to kind of recreate this. It kind of reminded me a lot of like watching J-pop, K-pop sort of dance videos and stuff. That's what I kind of like too. So yeah, this anime is perfectly one. It's not going to be one of my favourites, but it's a good one that I would recommend to anyone. So Rangers, your question today is, do you like anime love action stories, or are you like, I don't particularly like it that much? Let me know down below in the comments, and would you get this, yes or no? If you've liked this video, like, favourite, comment and subscribe. Check out all the other videos on the channel. And just in case if Patreon isn't working, if you want to help support the channel, then link is in the description, and also where to buy this anime and where to pre-order it, or buy it in case like it's past the pre-order time. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.